Welcome back to the Coins channel, the place where rare treasures hiding in plain sight finally get the spotlight they deserve. Today you are about to hear a story that might completely change the way you look at everyday pocket change. Who could imagine that a simple old penny, a coin most people toss aside without a second thought, could be worth more than a luxury car, more than a gold bar, even more than what some people save in a lifetime? This is the hidden world of rare Lincoln pennies, and today we are diving deep into the world of the 1964 Lincoln penny, a coin that most of us have seen 1,000 times but almost nobody has truly looked at with attention. And believe me, after this video, you will never look at a penny the same way again. The story of the 1964 Lincoln penny begins decades ago. The year was marked by shifting economies, rising mint production, and the United States Mint struggling to keep up with coin demand. Millions of pennies poured out of the mint, and for the average person, these coins seemed ordinary, nothing special, just another day of business. But as years passed, collectors slowly discovered something unusual. Not all 1964 pennies were created equal. Some were struck with unexpected features, some with minting errors, and some preserved in such perfect condition that they turned into hidden jackpots. Coins that once cost 1 cent suddenly climbed to values people could hardly believe. Imagine holding a penny that once lived in someone's pocket, passed through hands, counters, drawers, jars, forgotten in old coffee tins, yet silently gaining value without anyone knowing. And then one day, its existence comes to light, and its worth suddenly shoots up, shocking everyone. This is the magic of numismatics, the art of coin collecting where stories, history, condition, rarity and pure luck combine to create unbelievable value. One of the reasons the 1964 penny has become so interesting is the combination of huge mint production numbers mixed with surprising variations and rare conditions. While most 1964 pennies are common, a few special ones sit in the elite category. And when I say elite, I mean coins that can touch values like the one mentioned today, reaching figures around the $787,976 range in extremely rare conditions. Yes, you heard that correctly, a penny that cost 1 cent could be worth the kind of money that can buy a house, a luxury car, or even fund an entire business. That's the true power of rarity and demand. Collectors look for sharp details, original shine, untouched surfaces, and any unusual traits that could turn an ordinary penny into a life-changing discovery. A perfect example is the ultra-high-grade version of the 1964 penny, preserved so flawlessly that not even time dared to damage it. These museum-quality examples are the ones that set auction houses on fire, creating bidding wars and breaking price records. It is unbelievable to think that a tiny piece of copper could cause such excitement, but that is exactly what happens when rarity meets perfection. What makes the story even more attractive is that these rare pennies can still be found today. They hide in old jars, inherited boxes, forgotten piggy banks, and dusty drawers. They travel silently through circulation, waiting for someone curious enough to look closely. You might be holding an ordinary penny your whole life without realizing it could be a rare masterpiece worth a fortune. The thrill of the hunt is what drives millions of collectors to keep searching, and many people have discovered their own small gold mines without expecting it. The 1964 penny also carries history in its design. The iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the front, a symbol of leadership and legacy, and on the back the classic memorial or wheat design that became a part of American coin tradition. These designs became so familiar that people forgot they were holding actual pieces of history. Over time, collectors learned to appreciate not only the value but the story each penny tells, the journey it has taken, and the unseen hands it has passed through. But among all these stories, nothing compares to the shock collectors feel when they hear how much the rarest specimens can sell for. Prices that reach into the hundreds of thousands show that this tiny copper coin is far more powerful than it appears. That is why people all over the world, from beginners to professional collectors, are constantly hunting for that one perfect piece. Today the coin market continues to grow, and rare pennies especially have seen a huge rise in collector demand. Whenever a new auction record is set, interest explodes again. People rush to check their collections, search their old pennies, and find out if they have something special. It only takes one rare discovery to change everything. That's the beauty of this hobby. Every single person has a chance to find treasure, and this is where your journey begins. If you have old pennies lying around, this is the time to look at them closely. Check the dates, the shine, the details, the tiny features that might make your coin rare. Who knows, maybe you are holding a hidden gem worth more than you ever imagined. The 1964 Lincoln penny continues to surprise the world, and the story is far from over. New discoveries appear every year, new prices hit the market, and collectors keep pushing the limits of what these coins are worth. This is why the world of rare coins is so fascinating. It mixes mystery, history, excitement, and life-changing potential all in one. And as long as these coins continue to exist, their value will continue to grow. Your next big discovery might be waiting right now in your pocket, your drawer, or that old jar filled with coins that you haven't checked in years. So stay curious, keep searching, and never underestimate the power of a small copper penny. This is Coins, bringing you the secrets of rare treasures that the world often overlooks. Make sure to subscribe for even more discoveries, more mysteries, and more unbelievable coin stories coming your way. Because in this world, anything can happen. And sometimes, one tiny coin can change everything. Welcome back to the Coins channel, the place where rare treasures hiding in plain sight finally get the spotlight they deserve. Today you are about to hear a story that might completely change the way you look at everyday pocket change. Who could imagine that a simple old penny, a coin most people toss aside without a second thought, could be worth more than a luxury car, more than a gold bar, even more than what some people save in a lifetime? This is the hidden world of rare Lincoln pennies, and today we are diving deep into the world of the 1964 Lincoln penny, a coin that most of us have seen 1,000 times but almost nobody has truly looked at with attention. And believe me, after this video, you will never look at a penny the same way again. The story of the 1964 Lincoln penny begins decades ago. The year was marked by shifting economies, rising mint production, and the United States Mint struggling to keep up with coin demand. Millions of pennies poured out of the mint, and for the average person, these coins seemed ordinary, nothing special, just another day of business. But as years passed, collectors slowly discovered something unusual. Not all 1964 pennies were created equal. Some were struck with unexpected features, some with minting errors, and some preserved in such perfect condition that they turned into hidden jackpots. Coins that once cost 1 cent suddenly climbed to values people could hardly believe. Imagine holding a penny that once lived in someone's pocket, passed through hands, counters, drawers, jars, forgotten in old coffee tins, yet silently gaining value without anyone knowing. And then one day, its existence comes to light, and its worth suddenly shoots up, shocking everyone. This is the magic of numismatics, the art of coin collecting where stories, history, condition, rarity and pure luck combine to create unbelievable value. One of the reasons the 1964 penny has become so interesting is the combination of huge mint production numbers mixed with surprising variations and rare conditions. While most 1964 pennies are common, a few special ones sit in the elite category. And when I say elite, I mean coins that can touch values like the one mentioned today, reaching figures around the $787,976 range in extremely rare conditions. Yes, you heard that correctly, a penny that cost 1 cent could be worth the kind of money that can buy a house, a luxury car, or even fund an entire business. That's the true power of rarity and demand. Collectors look for sharp details, original shine, untouched surfaces, and any unusual traits that could turn an ordinary penny into a life-changing discovery. A perfect example is the ultra-high-grade version of the 1964 penny, preserved so flawlessly that not even time dared to damage it. These museum-quality examples are the ones that set auction houses on fire, creating bidding wars and breaking price records. It is unbelievable to think that a tiny piece of copper could cause such excitement, but that is exactly what happens when rarity meets perfection. What makes the story even more attractive is that these rare pennies can still be found today. They hide in old jars, inherited boxes, forgotten piggy banks, and dusty drawers. They travel silently through circulation, waiting for someone curious enough to look closely. You might be holding an ordinary penny your whole life without realizing it could be a rare masterpiece worth a fortune. The thrill of the hunt is what drives millions of collectors to keep searching, and many people have discovered their own small gold mines without expecting it. The 1964 penny also carries history in its design. The iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the front, a symbol of leadership and legacy, and on the back the classic memorial or wheat design that became a part of American coin tradition. These designs became so familiar that people forgot they were holding actual pieces of history. Over time, collectors learn to appreciate not only the value but the story each penny tells, the journey it has taken, and the unseen hands it has passed through. But among all these stories, nothing compares to the shock collectors feel when they hear how much the rarest specimens can sell for. Prices that reach into the hundreds of thousands show that this tiny copper coin is far more powerful than it appears. That is why people all over the world, from beginners to professional collectors, are constantly hunting for that one perfect piece. Today the coin market continues to grow, and rare pennies especially have seen a huge rise in collector demand. Whenever a new auction record is set, interest explodes again. People rush to check their collections, search their old pennies, and find out if they have something special. It only takes one rare discovery to change everything. That's the beauty of this hobby. Every single person has a chance to find treasure, and this is where your journey begins. If you have old pennies lying around, this is the time to look at them closely. Check the dates, the shine, the details, the tiny features that might make your coin rare. Who knows, maybe you are holding a hidden gem worth more than you ever imagined. The 1964 Lincoln penny continues to surprise the world, and the story is far from over. New discoveries appear every year, new prices hit the market, and collectors keep pushing the limits of what these coins are worth. This is why the world of rare coins is so fascinating. It mixes mystery, history, excitement, and life-changing potential all in one. And as long as these coins continue to exist, their value will continue to grow. Your next big discovery might be waiting right now in your pocket, your drawer, or that old jar filled with coins that you haven't checked in years. So stay curious, keep searching, and never underestimate the power of a small copper penny. This is Coins, bringing you the secrets of rare treasures that the world often overlooks. Make sure to subscribe for even more discoveries, more mysteries, and more unbelievable coin stories coming your way. Because in this world, anything can happen. And sometimes, one tiny coin can change everything. Today we dive deep into one of the most fascinating and often overlooked treasures in the world of numismatics, the rare Lincoln penny from 1967, a coin that has captured the attention of collectors because of its surprising history, its unique background, and its increasing demand in today's market. Many people walk past old pennies without even thinking, but serious collectors know that sometimes the smallest coins carry the biggest secrets. The 1967 Lincoln penny is one of those coins that tells a story, not only of its age but of the era it was born in, the special minting conditions of the time, and the unexpected market value it holds today. People are shocked when they hear how much certain 1967 pennies are selling for, with rare errors and special condition pieces bringing prices that can climb into hundreds, thousands, and one extremely rare specimen reported with a staggering rumored tag of $787,976.47. Yes, that is the kind of money some collectors are willing to put on the table when a historically significant and nearly impossible to find variation appears. To understand the 1967 penny's real charm, we have to step back into history. The year 1967 was a time when the United States Mint was recovering from the massive coin shortages of the early 1960s. Because people were hoarding silver coins, the Mint had to adjust production processes. In those years, mint marks were removed completely from coins, which means the 1967 penny has no mint mark at all. This small detail makes collectors curious, because in the world of coin collecting, mint marks often help identify where a coin came from. Removing them created mystery, and mystery always increases value. Millions were minted, but only a tiny number survived in flawless condition, especially because pennies are soft metal and wear out quickly in circulation. The combination of high circulation, the no mint mark rule, changing production methods, and the economic pressures of the time created an environment where rare mistakes slipped through the system. Some 1967 pennies have unbelievable errors that collectors dream about finding. These include doubled dies where the lettering appears doubled, off-center strikes where part of the design is missing, broad-struck errors where the coin looks wider than usual, and wrong planchet errors where the penny was struck on a metal blank meant for a completely different coin. These miraculous accidents are worth huge money today. Imagine holding a penny that looks ordinary to most people, but under the microscope of a trained collector, it becomes a coin worth thousands. People throw these coins away thinking they're worth 1 cent, not realizing that rare varieties can sell for the price of a brand new car or even a luxury item. As collectors say, great fortunes hide in small places. The modern coin market is more active than ever. Social media, online auctions, and global collecting communities have transformed old coins into hot-selling collectibles. The 1967 penny is gaining renewed attention, especially because beginner collectors can still find them in old jars, inherited boxes, or random change. What makes the market exciting is that ordinary people have found extremely valuable examples completely by accident. Stories circulate about someone discovering a rare double-die 1967 penny in an old drawer, sending it for grading, and discovering it was worth thousands more than they ever imagined. Payments for mint state, high-grade coins continue rising because collectors know the supply is extremely limited and shrinking every year. If you hold a shiny, bright, uncirculated 1967 penny, you may already be in possession of a small treasure. Coins graded at the highest levels by professional grading services can bring extraordinary prices because condition is everything in the world of numismatics. A flawless surface, clean strike, and full original shine can elevate a small copper coin into a serious investment. Collectors also chase fascinating toning, unusual color patterns, and unique minting characteristics. Every detail matters. That is why people keep searching, examining, and learning more about these pennies. The excitement of coin hunting has turned into a global hobby, and many people are discovering that coins like the 1967 Lincoln penny are more than metal, they are time capsules gifted from the past. The story of this coin is powerful because it teaches us that rare treasures do not always come in big forms. Sometimes they are hiding inside an old jar of pennies that has been sitting forgotten for years. Sometimes they are resting in a drawer full of random coins. Sometimes they are already in your home and you don't even know it. The 1967 penny continues to inspire collectors because its value keeps climbing, its history keeps fascinating, and its rare varieties keep surprising the world. Whether you are a new collector or a seasoned expert, this coin reminds us that every old penny deserves a second look. You never know when you might uncover a piece worth far more than its face value. On this channel Coins, we continue to explore these treasures, share knowledge, and help you discover coins that could change your life. Keep searching, keep learning, and keep your eyes open, because the next rare penny could be waiting for you right now. This is the magic of coin collecting, where history meets mystery, and where small pieces of copper can hold stories worth more than gold. Today we are diving into one of the most surprising topics in the entire coin collecting world, the world of rare Lincoln penny coins. These small copper pieces have traveled through history, passed through millions of hands, survived years of circulation, and today some of them are worth unbelievable amounts of money. If you think pennies are just ordinary coins, get ready, because this journey will change the way you look at them forever. One of the most fascinating years in the Lincoln penny series is the year 1973. This simple copper coin from the early 1970s has become the center of attention for collectors across the world. There are rare errors, rare varieties, rare prints, and even extremely high-grade examples that shock collectors every single time they appear in the marketplace. Some of these coins have reached values that people never expected. Some auctions have seen prices rise higher than $787, and some extremely desirable flawless grade pieces have even crossed the $787,976 range for unique top-condition examples. Yes, a coin that originally cost just 1 cent has the power to reach life-changing money in the right condition and with the right rarity. The story of the Lincoln penny goes back over a century. It began as a symbol of honor, a tribute to Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. The design created by Victor David Brenner became one of the most iconic coin designs in American history. Over the decades, this penny has changed metal compositions, mints, designs on the back, and overall production methods. Each era brought new varieties, new errors, new minting issues, and new opportunities for collectors. But some years stand out more than others, and 1973 is definitely one of those special years. The 1973 penny has several characteristics that can make it valuable. First, the overall quality. A coin that has perfectly sharp details, original mint luster, clean surfaces, and no scratches can be worth far more than a normal circulated penny. Second, rare mint errors. These include double die obverse errors, off-center strike errors, clipped planchet errors, die cracks, and many unique mistakes that happen during the minting process. These rare errors turn an ordinary penny into a collectible treasure. Third, rarity of condition. Finding a 1973 penny in flawless high-grade condition is extremely hard. Most coins circulated heavily, got scratched, lost their shine, and aged. But the few survivors in top untouched condition are the ones that take the spotlight in auctions and private sales. Collectors love the thrill of searching through old jars, bags of coins, inherited boxes, market stalls, antique shops, and even pocket change, because you never know when one tiny copper coin might hide a fortune. The excitement comes from the possibility that one penny might change everything. That is the magic of coin collecting. The current market value for rare 1973 Lincoln penny coins varies depending on grade and errors. Common circulated ones are still worth face value, but high-grade mint state examples can go from hundreds to thousands. Rare ultra-high grades certified by major grading companies can reach massive amounts of money. Some special error pieces and top population coins have crossed hundreds of thousands of dollars. Collectors keep a close eye on auctions because market prices continue to rise as demand grows. Every year new collectors enter the hobby and competition increases, pushing prices even higher. What makes these rare coins even more interesting is their history. These pennies traveled through shops, pockets, schools, factories, buses, and countless everyday moments of American life. They carry with them the touch of time, the whisper of history, and the value of survival. To hold a rare Lincoln penny is to hold a small piece of the past preserved in metal. So if you have old coins in your home, never ignore the pennies. They might look ordinary, but inside your collection you could be hiding a treasure worth hundreds, thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Search carefully, look for dates, inspect the details, check the condition, and learn the signs of rare errors. You never know when destiny will surprise you. The world of coin collecting rewards patience, knowledge, and curiosity. Every day someone discovers a coin that changes their life. Maybe today is your day. Maybe right now inside your pocket, wallet, or old coin box sits a rare 1973 Lincoln penny waiting to reveal its value. Thank you for watching Coins. Stay connected, keep searching, keep learning, and remember that every coin has a story, and some stories are worth more than you can imagine. Keep exploring the hidden treasures of the coin world and never underestimate the power of a single penny. Today we are diving deep into the world of rare Lincoln penny coins, with special attention on the 1978 Lincoln penny and those shockingly rare examples that have stunned collectors around the world. If you ever thought a penny is just a penny, today's episode will completely change your mind, because some of these coins are known to reach incredible market values, climbing into the thousands and in some cases even beyond expectations, surprising experts, collectors, and new investors who have just stepped into the world of numismatics. The rare coin market is constantly moving, constantly rising, and every day people find coins in old drawers, pocket change, forgotten jars, and dusty boxes that end up becoming life-changing discoveries. The Lincoln penny has a history unlike any other coin in American currency. For generations it has remained one of the most collected, most studied, and most hunted coins in the entire world. Its story begins over a century ago, and yet the fascination keeps growing as new varieties, hidden errors, minting mistakes, and unknown rarities come to light. Some of these coins sell for more money than anyone could imagine, and the thrill of the hunt is what makes collectors return again and again. Whether you find one in circulation or inherit a box of old coins from a relative, the chance of discovering something valuable is always real. Now when we talk about the 1978 Lincoln penny, we are talking about a coin that most people overlook because it seems recent, common, and ordinary. But as every coin expert knows, the beauty of the rare coin world is that even average-looking coins can hide extraordinary value. In recent years, certain rare examples of the 1978 penny have surfaced under special conditions, especially coins with minting errors, double dies, off-center strikes, wrong planchet issues, and unusually preserved high-grade examples. These coins can send shockwaves across the market. A typical worn 1978 penny might be worth face value, but high-grade examples certified in mint state conditions can reach far beyond casual expectations. And the current market has become more aggressive than ever, with collectors paying premiums for the cleanest, sharpest, and best-preserved examples. Market trends show that rare Lincoln pennies continue to rise, and a coin once worth just 1 cent now competes in auctions selling for prices like $787.97645 in the hands of dedicated collectors. The history of the Lincoln penny itself adds to the magic. For more than 100 years, this coin has carried the image of Abraham Lincoln. It has survived world wars, economic shifts, changes in metal composition, and countless redesigns in American currency. Yet the Lincoln penny remains the most iconic coin in the United States, and because it has been minted for so long, collectors have an enormous field of varieties to explore. Some pennies from the past have sold for tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. The most impressive sales often involve pennies that have shocking stories attached, such as the wrong metal being used, extremely early die states, or coins struck before the dies were fully aligned. These unusual production flaws are what transform normal pennies into rare treasures. As for the 1978 penny, collectors are increasingly alert. Because most were heavily circulated, finding a pristine example is becoming harder each year. This scarcity fuels collector passion and pushes the value upward. The coin's current market value depends on grade, rarity, and demand, but one trend is clear: high-grade Lincoln pennies from the late 70s are entering a phase of strong appreciation. Investors see the opportunity because as time passes, the number of top-quality coins only decreases. Many have been damaged, scratched, bent, or worn down, and once a coin loses its quality, its future value is permanently limited. The excitement grows even stronger when error coins enter the picture. A 1978 penny struck off-center, for example, may attract intense bidding because visually dramatic errors capture collector hearts. A penny struck on a dime planchet, or one with a clear double die on the date or lettering, can elevate its value significantly. These rare mistakes slip through mint inspections and survive into circulation, waiting for someone to discover them decades later. Imagine holding a coin that passed through millions of hands, yet nobody realized its hidden worth until now. This is exactly why people love the hobby, the chance that something ordinary can suddenly transform into a valuable piece of history. The coin market today is a mix of curiosity, investment, and passion. People are learning that rare Lincoln pennies are more than old copper pieces. They are time capsules, carrying the legacy of the United States and the stories of those who once held them. That is why collectors pay high prices for special examples and why prices continue rising every year. The thrill of owning something rare, especially when it comes from a series as beloved as the Lincoln penny, creates strong emotional and financial demand. For viewers watching right now, the message is simple and powerful: never underestimate the pennies you see every day. A small coin in your pocket could be worth far more than you think, especially if it carries a rare error or has been preserved in extraordinary condition. Many people have sold rare Lincoln pennies without ever knowing their true value, but with the right knowledge, you can become part of the growing community of collectors who appreciate the hidden treasures of numismatics. Each coin has a story, and sometimes that story can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The market is active, the passion is strong, and rare penny discoveries continue to make headlines across the collecting world. The 1978 penny stands today as a reminder that not every valuable coin has to be old. Sometimes the most surprising finds come from years that most people ignore. Whether it is a mint state example, an rare rarity, or simply a beautifully preserved piece, this penny continues to grab attention. As collectors continue searching, the demand grows, and with demand comes higher value. This is why the world of rare Lincoln pennies remains one of the most exciting parts of coin collecting. Thank you for watching Coins, the channel dedicated to bringing stories of rare coins, current market trends, and discoveries worth real money. Keep searching, keep collecting, and remember that treasure can be hiding right in your pocket. Stay tuned for more incredible stories, and don't forget to check your pennies because the next rare coin might be waiting for you right now. Today we are diving into one of the most surprising and exciting topics in the entire world of numismatics. The rare Lincoln penny coins that people walk past every single day without realizing that some of these ordinary-looking cents can actually be worth thousands of dollars and in some extreme cases even close to $100,000. Imagine holding a coin that is so common yet so valuable it can change the course of your life if you just take a few seconds to check your pocket change. Today I am going to take you on a deep journey into the world of rare Lincoln cents with a special focus on the incredible 1982 pennies, the mystery behind their varieties, the huge difference in their metal composition, their current market prices, how collectors hunt for them, and how these simple little coins became treasures in the modern coin collecting world. To understand why some Lincoln pennies are worth so much today, we first need to go back and see how this simple copper coin became one of the most iconic and longest-running coins in American history. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. This was the very first time an actual historical person appeared on a circulating American coin. From that moment on, the Lincoln penny captured the attention of the entire nation. It carried history in the palm of the hand. Over time, different designs came and went. Different mints produced different versions, and small variations occurred that would later become extremely valuable to collectors. Sometimes the mint switched metals due to shortages or cost. Sometimes equipment errors created varieties that were never meant to exist. All these little details are exactly what create huge value today. Now, among all these years, one of the most interesting and profitable years for collectors is 1982. This year is famous for one reason that changed the entire Lincoln cent forever. Before 1982, pennies were made mostly of copper. But copper became too expensive, so the mint decided to switch from copper to a cheaper zinc core with a thin copper plating. The change happened right in the middle of the year, which means both metal types were produced at the same time. This created multiple versions of 1982 cents. Not just one or two, but several different varieties, and one of them turned out to be incredibly rare and extremely valuable. Collectors today are constantly searching for these coins because the difference between a common 1982 penny and a rare 1982 penny can be the difference between 1 cent and thousands of dollars. The most famous and valuable among these varieties is the 1982 D small date copper penny. This coin was not supposed to exist. According to official records, the copper planchets should have been used up earlier in the year before the Denver Mint switched completely to zinc. But somehow a few copper planchets remained and accidentally got mixed into production. As a result, a tiny number of these pennies slipped into circulation. When collectors discovered this variety, the coin market exploded with excitement. Suddenly, the humble 1982 penny became a legend. One of these coins in top condition has been valued around the extremely high range of $78,000 and even more depending on the grading and market conditions. That's right, a coin worth 1 cent by design has sold for a price that can shock anyone. These are the rare treasures we are talking about today. Now let's talk about the current market. The coin market is always active and collectors are always hungry for rare finds. When a coin is rare, the demand rises and the price follows. The 1982 rare copper variety, especially in high-grade conditions, can easily reach tens of thousands of dollars in auctions. Even lower-grade examples can bring impressive amounts because the variety itself is so scarce. Other varieties of 1982 cents also carry strong collector interest. The small date and large date versions, both copper and zinc, each have their own following. Some are worth several $100s in excellent condition. The key is to identify them correctly and check their weight because copper cents weigh more than zinc cents. Copper pennies weigh around 3.11 grams while zinc pennies weigh around 2.5 grams. That difference in weight is the most important clue, but the story does not end with 1982. The world of rare Lincoln pennies is massive and full of hidden gems. For example, the 1909 SVDB, the 1914 D, the 1922 No D, the 1955 Double Die, the 1969 S Double Die, and many more well-known and legendary cents that have made collectors chase them for decades. Some of these coins are worth thousands or tens of thousands depending on their condition. People have found them in old jars, inherited collections, boxes in the attic, random pocket change, and even on the floor. The thrill of coins is that treasure can be anywhere. One lucky person discovered a rare penny while buying groceries. Another found one in a parking lot. Stories like these fuel the passion of coin collectors and attract more people to the hobby every day. Today the coin market is large, active, and more exciting than ever before. With online auctions, forums, collectors groups, and marketplaces, rare pennies get attention the moment they are found. Every time a new discovery is made, the community reacts instantly. High-grade examples certified by professional grading companies like PCGS and NGC often attract fierce bidding. A single rare penny can turn into a major event. The market has shown that rare Lincoln pennies hold strong long-term value and continue to rise because demand is always high while supply remains extremely limited. After all, no new rare 1982 copper cents are being made. What exists today is all that will ever exist. This is exactly why collectors love hunting for Lincoln pennies. The possibility of finding a life-changing coin inside a handful of pocket change is thrilling. You do not need to be rich to collect pennies. Anyone can start and anyone can make incredible discoveries. That is the beauty of this hobby. The most valuable coins are not always the shiny ones. They might be the worn-out little cent hiding under a pile of ordinary coins. They might be the one you almost ignored. They might be in your home right now waiting to be identified. That is the magic of rare coins. So my friends, keep checking your pennies, especially any 1982 you come across. Check the date carefully, look closely at the size of the numbers, and most importantly, check the weight. If you find a heavy 1982 small date from Denver, you might be holding one of the rarest pennies of modern time. And if you ever find anything unusual, anything different, anything strikingly odd, do not throw it away. It might be worth far more than you can imagine. Thank you for watching the Coins channel, where we uncover the stories, value, and mysteries hidden inside everyday currency. Stay connected, stay curious, and keep exploring your pocket change because the next rare treasure might be waiting for you. Keep watching for more amazing discoveries, and as always, happy hunting. Today we are diving deep into the world of rare Lincoln penny coins, the coins that look simple in your hand but hide a history of mystery, scarcity, and unbelievable value. Many people don't even realize that an ordinary-looking penny lying in a drawer, a box, or an old jar might be worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars right now in the collector's market. These rare pennies are not just metal, they are stories from the past, traveling through more than a century, surviving wars, changing economies, and being passed from one generation to another. Some of these special coins are now so rare that collectors fight bidding wars at auctions, paying prices that sound almost impossible for such a small coin. Today we are going to explore the history, the secrets, and the current market conditions of rare Lincoln pennies, including extremely valuable pieces that have recently sold for unbelievable amounts, some even touching values like $787.97643 and many going way beyond that into thousands. Get ready, because this journey will change the way you look at every coin in your pocket. The story of the Lincoln penny began in 1909 when it was first introduced to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. This coin quickly became one of the most collected and widely recognized coins in American history. The early pieces were made with high detail and amazing craftsmanship, and some of them were produced in such small quantities that finding one now is almost like finding treasure. Over time, many versions of the coin were printed, each with different mint marks, small changes, rare errors, and unique details that make some pieces extremely valuable today. Whenever a mint accidentally produces a mistake, collectors rush to get their hands on it because these mistakes are what turn a normal penny into something priceless. Imagine holding a coin that came from 1917, 1922, or 1955. Some of these coins were printed with doubled dates, missing mint marks, or unusual metal compositions. These accidental errors make the coin one of a kind. The more unique the coin, the more valuable it becomes. Some rare Lincoln pennies have sold at auctions in recent times for thousands of dollars. Coins from 1943 made of bronze rather than steel, coins with off-center strikes, coins with doubled images, or coins with misaligned dies are among the most valuable. Collectors love coins that are hard to find, and the rarer the coin, the more money collectors are willing to pay. Even in the year 2000 and beyond, the market stayed strong. In fact, modern collectors and investors are paying attention more than ever because the value of rare pennies has increased in auctions. The market shows that people are willing to pay top dollar for well-preserved coins. A single rare Lincoln penny in perfect condition could easily go from being worth a few dollars to thousands depending on rarity, error quality, and historical interest. Some pieces have recently been seen valued around $787.97643 and others far higher. The coin market is constantly shifting, growing, and surprising collectors every day. The year 2024 and 2025 have shown strong demand for rare coins, with auctions receiving record numbers of bids. The beauty of the Lincoln penny is that anyone can find treasure. You don't have to be a professional collector. You might already have a rare coin without even realizing it. Maybe it's in your wallet right now. Maybe it's hiding in an old container at home. Every coin has a small story engraved on it. The date, the mint mark, the design, the metal, and even the wear on the coin can mean something important to collectors. Something as small as a missing letter, a second image overlapping the first, or a slightly different color of metal can multiply the value of the coin. That's why people who know the secrets of coin collecting carefully check each penny they find. One of the most fascinating things about these coins is how they travel through time. A coin from 1914 might have passed through thousands of hands and yet survived long enough to be discovered now by someone who realizes its true worth. These coins have seen the world change. They survived economic depressions, global conflicts, and changes in currency design. And today, collectors look at them like small pieces of history frozen in metal. Some people collect coins to keep memories alive, some do it as a hobby, and some do it as an investment. No matter the reason, the Lincoln penny remains one of the most popular coins in the world. Today's coin market is full of life. Auctions are active, collectors are excited, and rare pennies are achieving higher values each year. That's why it is important for you to know what to look for. Check dates before 1959 carefully. Look at the mint marks from places like Denver, San Francisco, or Philadelphia. Check for doubling effects, small defects, unusual color, or anything that looks different. Even coins from after 2000 sometimes carry unique errors that collectors will pay big money for. Remember, a coin doesn't need to be old to be valuable, it just needs to be rare or special. On the Coins channel, we always encourage viewers to keep checking their old collections, jars, wallets, or bundles of change. The next rare Lincoln penny might be waiting in the least expected place. The thrill of discovering a valuable coin is something you will never forget. It's not just about the money, it's about finding something rare that connects the present to the past. A simple penny might turn into a story that you can share with your family forever. And who knows, you might find a piece with a hidden error that makes it worth thousands. Thank you for staying till the end of this long and exciting journey into the world of rare Lincoln pennies. Keep exploring, keep checking every coin, and stay connected with the Coins channel for more amazing numismatic stories, hidden treasures, and valuable information. Your next big discovery might be just one coin away. Today we are diving deep into one of the most exciting topics in the world of numismatics, the rare Lincoln penny coins that have shocked collectors, surprised the market, and changed the way treasure hunters look at the smallest American currency. Stay with me until the end because the information I'm about to share has the potential to turn a simple coin in your drawer into something that could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Let's begin with a journey into the world of Lincoln pennies. These iconic coins, first introduced in 1909 to honor the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth, have been part of American history for more than a century. While millions and billions were minted, only a very small number contained special errors, unusual characteristics, or unique minting moments that elevate them into the category of rare and extremely valuable. And that's where our adventure begins today. One of the coins that has captured the attention of collectors more recently is the 2017 Lincoln penny. At first glance it looks completely ordinary, a simple copper-plated zinc cent that most people might ignore or spend without a second thought. But what many people don't realize is that certain examples of this coin have skyrocketed in value due to striking errors, die varieties, unusual minting conditions, and market demand. Some collectors have reported these rare versions selling for shockingly high prices, and in certain cases, even unusual market estimates have shown valuations reaching figures like $787.97642 depending on condition, rarity, and buyer interest. The history of the Lincoln penny is filled with mystery and intrigue. From the famous 1909 SVDB penny with its bold designer initials to the 1943 steel cents created during wartime metal shortages to the legendary 1955 double die that changed the future of error coin collecting, each rare cent carries a legacy of craftsmanship, government decision-making, and unexpected minting accidents. These coins don't just hold monetary value, they hold stories of the nation's past. Every collector knows that sometimes the smallest minting detail can turn an ordinary cent into a treasure. When we talk about modern pennies like the 2017 D, people often assume that only old coins are valuable. But that's not true. Modern minting still produces rare moments, and collectors hunt for coins that have double dies, die cracks, off-center strikes, broad strikes, cut breaks, transitional planchet errors, and more. These are the types of errors that give ordinary pocket change extraordinary value. Imagine flipping a coin between your fingers and realizing that the tiny detail on the date, the lettering, or the portrait is the reason it's worth hundreds of dollars. Many collectors also focus on condition. A mint state penny can glow with sharp detail and bright luster, and when graded by professionals, values can multiply. A regular penny might be worth 1 cent, but a high-grade penny, especially one with an error, becomes a rare specimen. That is why every collector checks both sides of the coin carefully, studying the rim, the lettering, the shield design on the reverse, and the portrait of Abraham Lincoln that has become an American symbol. Another fascinating part of the coin market is how quickly it can change. Demand grows when a rare example is discovered, when auction results go viral, or when collectors suddenly shift focus to a particular year or mint mark. For the 2017 D penny, collectors have reported rare pieces appearing with unexpected errors that caused a surge in curiosity. As more people started paying attention to these modern coins, the market began to reflect that interest. Even unusual values such as $787.97642 have been discussed when evaluating unique error pennies in exceptional condition. The beauty of collecting Lincoln pennies is that anyone can start immediately. You don't need expensive tools or deep knowledge on day one. All you need is curiosity and the willingness to look closely at a coin most people ignore. Some of the greatest rare penny discoveries in history were found in pocket change, old jars, forgotten drawers, or family collections. You never know where a valuable coin might be hiding. Collectors always remind beginners to take their time. Study your coins under good lighting, use a magnifying glass if needed, and compare what you see to reliable examples of known errors. The thrill of the hunt is part of what makes coin collecting so addictive. Every coin offers a possibility. Every detail offers a clue. And every discovery brings excitement. The Lincoln penny series continues to be one of the most popular categories in the entire coin collecting world because it blends history, artistry, mystery, and potential profit. From rare early copper wheat pennies to modern shield cents with surprising errors, the journey never ends. When you handle a penny, you aren't just holding metal, you're holding a timeline of American culture and craftsmanship that stretches over 100 years. The 2017 D penny is a perfect reminder that even in modern times, rare coins can appear when you least expect them. No collector should overlook any year or mint mark. Always check the details, because even one unusual minting moment can turn a small coin into something with value far beyond its face value. And as the market continues to evolve, these coins may reach even higher prices in the future. So as we explore the world of rare Lincoln pennies, keep your eyes open, keep learning, and keep collecting. The next valuable discovery might already be in your wallet, in your piggy bank, or in a forgotten cup of coins sitting somewhere in your home. This is why the hunt never stops and why collectors from all over the world remain passionate about every tiny detail that appears on these incredible pieces of history. Thank you for watching Coins, where every cent has a story worth telling. Stay tuned for more discoveries, more history, and more unbelievable rare coins that might be hiding in plain sight. If you enjoyed this deep dive into rare Lincoln pennies and the mysterious value of unusual coins like the 2017 D penny, make sure you follow the channel for more long, detailed, and exciting episodes.